who are you? What it takes to be with you. I gladly risk it all. Say, yo, what's good, chat? You already know this your boy Jimmy Joe in the building. Turn me up. We back with another banger, man. You already know what it is, man. And so before I get into this video, man, I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, show love, man. Do what y'all do best. As you can see, we in a new space. We in a new spot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we turn. Listen. I ain't gonna talk too much. I'm gonna have to give y'all the tour soon, man. But make sure y'all go check out the Drippy Drew 360 IRL channel for all the vlogs, updates, and shit like that with life. You know what I'm saying? Today we gonna be reacting to Mikey Williams, y'all. Listen, I don't know if y'all remember what happened with Mikey Williams' situation. I don't even know too much about the situation, to be honest with y'all. We're in front of the internet. Why do I have to act like, you know what I'm saying? He was arrested April 13th and pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of assault with a firearm and 1 count of shooting an unoccupied vehicle. During an alleged incident March 27th, his 1.2 million Hilltop home in Jamal. Oh, at his 1.2 million. Okay. Car was hit by gunfire, but none of the 5 occupants was injured. All right, let's find out. We gonna throw that bit in 4K, okay? Let's get it.
Needless to say, it's now hard to foresee Mikey Williams being at Memphis in the 2023-24 season. Even harder than it was before. Mikey found himself in a situation that could change the course of his promising career forever. Now, most of us have followed Mikey's journey from his high school dominance to his commitment to the University of Memphis, but today we've got some updates that might make you question everything you thought you knew about this young phenom. I mean, think about it. The young starlet missed the Tigers' trip to the Dominican Republic, and as the fall semester recently began, he hasn't yet enrolled. This is a red flag waving high in the basketball world, and it's got everyone wondering, what's going on? Mikey Williams has not officially reported to campus.
Those is big
He's
moves.
Still listed on the program's most
those is
up-to-date
big moves, man.
roster. The 19-year-old was
My fault. I was talking. My fault. Let me run that back, yo.
but he's still listed on the program's most up-to-date online roster. The 19-year-old was arrested in April in California on not 1, not 2, but 6 felony gun charges and is awaiting his preliminary hearing. The legal process is nearly impossible to work around for head coach Penny Hardaway and his staff. But there isn't a known policy against enrolling students with felony charges at Memphis. But the bigger question here is, should they? It wouldn't be a good look for a university located in a city that's had its well-documented struggles with gun violence. It wouldn't send the right message locally or nationally.
Facts.
So, what's the university going to do? What's head coach Penny Hardaway's next move? And more importantly, what does this mean?
I'm going to be honest. A lot of times the coach has a lot of leeway, but it's going to put the coach in a very tough situation to even have anything to speak on. Because at the end of the day, it's politics. You feel what I'm saying? It's politics. He could be the most talented, which is what Penny Hardaway wants and needs. He could be the most talented, whatever you want to call it. But it's politics, man. If the people don't want him to be at that school, bro, the people are not going to have him there, bro. That's the sad part.
Mean for Mikey Williams' future in basketball? Is it over before it ever truly began? But here's the kicker. He's still listed on the program's roster.
Then we just...
How does that even make sense?
How many times are you going to talk about it?
That's not even the craziest part. Here's the scoop.
So what's the craziest
part? When Tigers coach Penny Hardaway was asked about Williams' situation, he didn't mince words. He said, "Nothing has changed thus far. With the program, he's part of it now. I don't know how long that goes. I want him to be here, but obviously circumstances are going to dictate that."
That's facts.
You see,
that's not the craziest part. That's the most
Mikey was riding
predictable and
high,
understandable.
rated as the second best prospect in the entire class of 2023 by 24/7 Sports recruiting rankings. That's no small feat, believe me.
I think there's people. Well, I'm looking at highlights. Mikey is a monster, though. We're going to have to look at some highlights right after this.
But fast forward to today, and he's sitting at the 52nd spot in the overall rankings as a 4-star prospect. It looked like he had it all lined up. All he had to do was put in the work, elevate his game, and boost his draft stock. But life has a way of throwing curveballs when you least expect it. What happened next wasn't just a setback. No, it was a serious blow. When you're in the spotlight and every move is under the microscope, the last thing you want is a misstep that could jeopardize your future. But tragically, that's exactly what happened. Now, let's rewind a bit. You might remember that Mikey made headlines earlier this year when he got entangled in a legal mess. In April, he was arrested on multiple felony charges in Southern California. And we're not talking about a minor slip-up here. We're talking about 5 counts of felony assault with a firearm. Multiple felony charges, assault with a firearm. These aren't just words. They carry severe consequences. He pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of assault with a firearm and 1 count of shooting at an occupied vehicle. If he's convicted on all counts, he could be looking at up to 28 years
28 years
bars.
is tough, bro. Damn. That's a murder plea, bro. That's a murder plea, bro. Golly. They trying to roof the man down. He'll be out when he 48. Am I tripping? 28, 38, 48, 46. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's tough. So now what about self-defense? Because it was on his property. What's really the circumstances? What really happened? What's the story? I haven't heard yet.
Now, that's a
They're talking about the career, but they're not talking about
young
the story.
talent to bear. But what does this mean for Mikey's future in basketball?
What does it
But
mean,
before
bro?
we
You're
get into
answering
it,
all the questions
some
that we all
Memphians
fucking
are not
know,
going to be
bro.
happy about Mikey's. That's his main role. He has also got the will to be an off-ball defender.
Right.
He often takes on the challenge of guarding the opposing team's best guard, like when he faced off against Amani Bates.
That's probably like
but
the best.
red flags have come up.
That's probably the key. That's probably one of the key elements for that's gonna help a team win. He's not just a talented on the court offensive player, but he's gonna bring that same energy on defense and can actually lock a motherfucker down.
Off-court behavior
He has the
and
athleticism
decision-making
for it,
are crucial
you know?
factors that NBA coaches and recruiters consider. Work ethic, toughness, competitiveness, adaptability, and character all play a role in identifying the best players for the programs.
A lot of players can have a terrible game offensively, but who do you know that can get multiple stops in a game? You feel what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking at as you being like one of those it players. You know what I'm saying? You doing what you need to do on both sides of the court. A lot of people don't mention that other side. And a lot of people don't mention defense. They only want to talk about offense. The only highlights show offense. They don't show no defensive players or defensive efforts or any IQ on the court when you're on defense at all. So that's something to keep in mind.
But here's the thing. Mikey's talent on the court is undeniable. He's not just a player, he's a brand. Millions
Facts.
follow him on social media, and he made history by signing a sneaker deal with Puma while still in high school.
Facts.
That's next
That's
level
tough.
stuff right there, guys. But let's be real.
That's
Not every high school
iconic.
basketball sensation with jaw-dropping highlights ends up shining on the NBA stage. It's a harsh reality. It takes more than talent to make it to the big league.
That's big up.
Focus, discipline, and steering clear of trouble, they're all part of the game. And right now, all eyes are on Mikey. Despite his mind-blowing skills on the court, he's facing some challenges that could define his journey. Being a pro athlete? Well, it comes with its share of temptations and pressures.
So the thing is, I at least want to see him play on a college level. Because a lot of the high school, you know what I mean? A lot of them are half-ass effort, players. A lot of them don't have the same athleticism. They're just on a team because that's the school that they go to. College ball players go to the college a lot of times because of the ball athleticism and the ball talents that they have. So that'll put Mikey right where he needs to be. If not, close to where he needs to be to be able to elevate his game, sharpen his iron. You feel what I'm saying? And put on a show. Really show the scouts what he can do.
Not everyone can handle it like a champ. Here's the deal. The NBA is a league of stars, and you rarely hear headlines like LeBron, Jokic, or Steph shoot 5 people.
That's
or
tough.
any wild stuff like that.
That's tough.
It's about making smart moves, staying out of trouble, and grinding it out on the hardwood. It's about making the right
Facts.
choices.
That's-
I'm not
that's-
claiming to have all the
ball
answers
is your
here.
life at that
This
point.
is just my take on it. People might have different opinions, and that's cool.
Ball
yes,
is your life.
Mikey
It's a career.
could be destined for greatness in the NBA. The potential is there.
It's just it
It's
happens
just
so
a matter
early,
of nurturing
bruh.
it and making the right choices.
That shit
So the
happens
big question
early, man.
remains, will Mikey make it to the NBA? Well, there is no definitive answer right now. Consequences. That arrest back in April, it wasn't just a minor hiccup. It's a game changer, a major setback for Mikey Williams' career. If he's found guilty and sentenced, his dream of playing college basketball at the University of Memphis, let alone the NBA, might vanish into thin air. Mikey's NIL, name, image, and likeness contracts are hanging by a thread. Companies are starting to distance themselves from him, and the first one to do so was Lace Clips, a sports tech company renowned for its wearable fitness trackers. In an interview with TMZ Sports, the Lace Clips president, Jonathan Nussbaum, made it crystal clear saying, he is not someone that will be associated with our brand going forward. Mikey's NIL.
Damn. So as a sports brand owner, y'all know how that is. Personally, I'm a sports brand owner. In fact, let me show y'all a little something. You feel me? Let's drop this ad real quick. As y'all see, this is Pro Drip right here. You feel me? Pro Drip brand. You feel me? We work in athletics, all kind of sports, not just basketball, but football. You know, tennis, weightlifting, all kinds of athletics. You feel what I'm saying? These shirts go for $25 right now. You feel me? These are basic shirts. These are our original design right here. Feel me? Cop them while they hot. Cop them while the price is at the price it is at. Because when we start dropping newer designs and we start working with other athletes and bring more technology to the shirts, these are going to be limited. You feel what I'm saying? And the price is going to go up. So tap in. But as I was saying, like, you know, stuff like that is things that we consider. Like, we got to make sure that our NIL, just like as these individuals have NILs, we also have NILs. We also have commitments and promises that we make to the people and the customers that we serve. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what I do and what we do as a team in Pro Drip is we serve the community. So that's one of the things that we have to address, and we have to make sure that we don't promote or encourage in the brand. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, this is important.
Took off while he was tearing it up in high school. In 2021, he made headlines by inking a major sneaker deal with none other than Puma.
This shit really challenges your judgment making and shit.
He also had an endorsement agreement with a tech company called I Got It, specializing in online auctions. His brand, it's massive. He's got a massive following on social media, and people from all walks of life are keeping a close eye on how this case unfolds. We're all hoping to see him back on the court at Memphis this season. It would be a genuine tragedy if Mikey's basketball career were to crumble under the weight of these claims. I mean, imagine if what he's accused of turns out to be true and he's found guilty. But before we go, let's pause for a moment and hear what some voices from the community have to say. One user shared their perspective saying, he has the privileges and the opportunities to not have to act hard. These dudes need to focus on basketball, not street credibility.
That's the thing,
Another
though.
one dived in.
That's the thing, and this is what everybody needs to recognize. Basketball is a how do you say, a culture? It's it's become a culture. But also basketball is just a sport alone. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't define a person. It doesn't tell you their story of who they are. It doesn't describe who they are. You feel me? A lot of people get that confused. A lot of people find themselves in a situation of the personality is just basketball. Like, I don't know how that has become a thing, but a person's personality cannot just be basketball. You feel what I'm saying? There's attributes of their personality that contributes to them and their basketball playing skills and talents. However, a person is not just basketball. We need to recognize that. We need to realize that they're human beings, bro. A motherfucker isn't born and like, yeah, you're a basketball player. No. You feel me? Their personality traits and all that stuff has grown, and they take that path to become a basketball player, and it works. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, those same attributes, the commitment, dedication, hard work, all that stuff could have been turned into a mind of a hustling ass motherfucker. You feel me? Like me personally, I'm a hustler. I grind. I go and get it. You feel what I'm saying? Those same things, I gotta apply those same things to basketball, and I'm a dominate on the court. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's just the work that I put in. Man, I mean, I have the talent, but it's the mindset and the mentality of it. That's just who I am as a person. And I think a lot of times we just look at these young boys as a dollar sign. We put all of this simplistic basketball training, hardcore training, and as a mentality into these guys and brainwash them, and that's all we see them for as a value of a basketball. You feel what I'm saying? To the value of basketball. But at the end of the day, we gotta really cater to these young boys the same way, like as they're a human being. You feel me?
In with some valuable advice, declaring, "This should serve as a valuable lesson for all the aspiring young athletes out there." Now, if you want to know more about the arrest, be sure to watch this next video. It's over. Mikey Williams just ended his career.
Behind at the end of the day, y'all just see him as, that's what I'm saying. Y'all just see it as y'all just see him as a basketball player, as everything basketball. Y'all don't give a fuck y'all don't give a fuck why or what happened. Y'all just give a fuck that it happened and what it's gonna affect. You feel what I'm saying? I haven't heard him say one thing about the situation of how it happened or what's his story behind it. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out, what is Mikey Williams' defense?
The most famous high school basketball players was just arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. This is Mikey Williams. He is very good at basketball and has been for such a long time, and has gotten so famous on social media that Puma gave him a sneaker deal at the age of 17. Now, as a basketball recruit, Mikey missed the McDonald's All-American game. He's now down to a 4-star. He's currently committed to go to Memphis. But yesterday, he was arrested for 5 charges of assault with a deadly weapon. Now, according to this report from the San Diego County Sheriff's Department, this is allegedly what happened. There was an argument in a house. A group of about 5 guests was asked to leave. They got into a car. As the car was driving away, shots were fired, and the car was hit, but no one was hurt. Mikey Williams is alleged to be the one who shot at the car. He's out on bail, but each one of those counts has a minimum of 6 months in jail. One of the most...
Okay, so basically they said this man shot at a car telling the guests to leave. So it wasn't self-defense. That's the way the story is saying. I'm not saying that's the way it is going, but I'm just saying the way that the story is being told, supposedly, it's hard to say that that's self-defense if the vehicle is driving away. And you feel what I'm saying? Maybe something unfolded. Maybe there was threats. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is their house. There is their property, and they were welcomed as guests. So it's still, you know what I mean? Still trades off. It's still, you know what I mean? It's tough to say. It's tough to say. But, you got to find out what the reason of why he pulled the gun out. What is the prosecutor saying? What is the defense saying? You feel what I'm saying? That's more things you have to consider. And who's to say that? Who said that Mikey was the one that did it? 5 passengers inside of a car. Who is the passengers? They're not even giving information like that. You feel what I'm saying? Who else was inside that house with Mikey? And there were 3 minors inside that vehicle as well. Story, we don't. They're doing a great job keeping us out of the loop. I'll tell you that much, intentionally. So, the how do you say, the sources are gonna talk. You feel what I'm saying? The people are gonna talk. The politics are gonna be politicking regardless. However, the story has not been released yet. There's been delays and reschedulings and preliminary hearings. You never know. Will it affect Mikey to be able to perform on the court? I doubt it. Like I said, he has a couple of jurisdictions that he has to respect. One of them, just being not carrying a weapon and shit. It's almost like he's on not house arrest. He's almost like on what they call that, probation, pretty much. So. And the question is, did the people that he shot at, did they charge him? Did they pursue to prosecute him or anything like that? I guess that's what the state's job is going to be, to figure out how they're going to handle it and stuff like that. They're going to drop charges, if they're going to bring up evidence forward to prove that it was Mikey and all that other stuff. Who was in possession, if there's footage, all that stuff, Will it be thrown out? It can easily be thrown out if they can prove that it wasn't Mikey. But that's just gonna protect Mikey. It's almost like the Tory Lanez situation. Well, if it wasn't Tory Lanez, who was it? Because somebody got shot. Somebody saw who shot the gun. Somebody has to be charged. Type situation. Somebody said it was Tory Lanez, so they're blaming Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is gonna have to take the blame. Type shit. Unless he says it's somebody else, which Tory Lanez, that seems like considers that as snitching, which is one of the reasons why he wouldn't be able to say who it was if it really was a situation with it in that case. You feel what I'm saying? Mag, she straight up just said, fuck it, yeah, it was that nigga. Tory Lanez did this shit. Straight up. The prosecutors had no choice but to blame. But to you feel me? Especially since Megan was the victim. You know? So if the victims that got shot at say it was Mikey, then it's probably up. You know what I mean? They're gonna try to charge. They're gonna try to, you know, put that all on him. If they drop the charges or anything like that, and it's gonna be harder for the prosecutors. But the prosecutors are then gonna try to pursue the person that did shoot, or prove that you know what I mean, somebody in that house was shooting, and that it wasn't, you know, something from another situation. How can they prove that there was a shooting that actually happened at that house? All that stuff, you know. That'll make it harder for them to prove all that. So eventually resources, money, all that stuff is going to have to be involved if the prosecutors are willing to risk that. Yeah. State of Memphis, I'm assuming. Well, let me look up the case. Let me actually look up the case. But I'm gonna leave it here, man. The video is like 30 minutes. I'm gonna have to chop it up and all that stuff. I don't want to go too long. I want to do one more reaction. I saw something. Anthony Edwards versus Colin Sexton. I want to watch this. So, this video is gonna drop right after. I'm gonna drop the Mikey Williams. Y'all gonna see this, and right after that one is gonna be Anthony Edwards. If y'all want to watch that, make sure y'all go click that subscribe button. Click that whatever it is that y'all checking me out on, and go click on this joint. It's happening right now, man. Stay tuned.